Hey and welcome to Tit-Bit Tales, where we bring you the latest scoop. On today's news, we are going to be talking about Zain Bhuji and Madame Supra. Zain Bhuji and Madame Supra are Instagram influencers. Yesterday, Madame Supra had close to 8,000 followers, and today she has a whopping 25,000 followers, while Zain Bhuji has 5,670,000 followers and a YouTube channel. This accident happened around June, and now we have details on what happened, so let's get straight into it. I'm going to be referring to Madame Supra as Garabo throughout the entire video. So let's get straight into it. Garabo posted a story time on YouTube titled, "I was involved in a bad car accident." I'm going to quickly summarize what she had said. So, because of COVID and her mom's insecurities, Garabo has to babysit her younger sister on a daily basis. She claims that all her friends knew about it. So, on the day of the accident, Garabo woke up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, as she's a late bird. She received a phone call from Zain Bhuji and asked her to pack because she wants to take her to a lodge in Palabora that she's going to be promoting that particular weekend. Since Garabo had to babysit, she hassled when it came to finding a babysitter for her little sister. She claims that Cyan Bougie had gotten there and she was acting very weird, and she found it shady with the statement that she made.
Friend of comes. She's like, so what did your mom say? Did your grandmother say yes? What's happening, right? Our friend of was stressed. Friend of was stressed. Like she was acting very weird. But nah, Gary, she was my friend, and I didn't want her to go there alone. I mean, imagine going so far alone for a weekend. So I was like, nah, friend, let me go with you.
Disclaimer: I am not Cyan Boujee'S fan, and I'm trying to be rational. Garabo's statement on Cyan Bhuji acting weird when it came to Garabo trying to find a babysitter is kind of understandable, because she was under pressure with the time, considering that they both stay in Mamelodi and traveling from Mamelodi to Palabora is approximately 5 hours and 4 minutes. So Cyan Bhuji was probably stressed with the fact that they still had to get going before it gets late. They were supposed to get there around 4. Now back to the story. They were off. Garabo's sister was dropped off by Garabo's friend. On their way to Palabora, they went to buy alcohol at Hammanskraal at a tavern. On their way, they were stopped by traffic cops, and mind you, Cyan has only a learner's license. The rules in South Africa is that if you have a learner's license and you are behind the wheel, you have to have a licensed driver in the passenger seat. And Garabo did not have a license, but the traffic officer let them continue with their journey. On their way, they had to get cash at an ATM as they had finished their petty cash because of having to pay for the toll gate, because they had trouble at one toll gate as their cards were not allowed for debiting at toll gates. And as they got to the filling station, there was apparently a cat that was staring at them, and they laughed about it and they were off. They got to Dunedin around 5 and they had to pour petrol again and they were off. Zain Bhuji was apparently looking at a phone whilst driving. We don't know if it happened throughout the trip or if it was at that moment. But as they were leaving the filling station, Zain apparently likes speeding, so she accidentally hit one of the speed bumps as they were exiting. So I'm guessing that this was the moment that Supra claims that she just went blank. So the roads in Zanini are known to be very tricky, even for an experienced driver. And Zain Bhuji apparently had turned and asked Garabo if she trusts her with her life. Then Garabo responded, "Of course I do."
And then Model is like, Chomi, but you trust me with your life, ne? I'm like, yeah, I do, Chomi. Happy, kaligena melakule how, and like I know how you drive, right? Hey, sharp.
The last thing that Garabo remembers is the being at the garage and also that whole speeding bump thing that had happened. And she doesn't remember anything afterwards and only remembers waking up at the hospital. They apparently rolled down 7 feet and the car was positioned on the side. Garabo had, in the midst of the accident, gave a guy her dad's numbers. In the background, Garabo's dad claims that she could hear her screaming and crying out, "Get me help! My hands!" Garabo claims that she does not remember any of this happening. And this could be that her brain erased this, as the brain has the ability of removing a traumatic memory, and this is very common, and I believe this is what Garabo went through. When she asked Cyan what had happened, she says that the steering wheel just jammed. Mind you, this is a brand new vehicle, so how can it jam? According to Garabo, Cyan took close to 1 hour to look for help. Garabo also claims that Zain went out through the sunroof, and we all know how big Zain Bhuji is. Her waist and her head would have made it out if only they could detach it, but definitely not the upper body as well as the lower body. Garabo was hospitalized for weeks and claims that Zain did not visit her, and at times she was not allowed to come into her ward. After she came out of the hospital, Cyan would send her gifts as well as food, and Cyan also went with her family. Now, let me give you my side of how I understand it and how I see it. First of all, Cyan was wrong for leaving her friend in such a state and continuing acting like nothing had happened. She even tagged her friend on her Instagram stories, and on one of them she posted, "There's always going to be something to celebrate. In this case, what are you celebrating, my dear? The accident? That your friend is fighting for her life? Why, Cyan? What?" Was she even doing a follow up on how her friend was doing during this time? Everything is just wrong. But the fact that she could have used her friend as a sacrifice or a ritual, I really do not know. But there's a possibility because, after all, this is Africa. Now, let's get to Cyan's side of the story. I am only going to be playing snippets of her Instagram live, and I'm also going to be translating for the people that do not understand her lingo.
Go look for help. If you were someone else, were you gonna like Chanso Uchi?
Chumiem, can we clarify what she said about me? Number one, this basic girl said Uguti, I was on my phone while I was driving for 6 hours. Number two, this girl did say Uguti, before we got into an accident, I looked her in the eye and I said to her, Uguti,
do you trust me?
Do you trust me? With her like, nay! Wait till you look and I have 100% proof, 20 minutes voice notes of the whole situation. I went to her and Kabutisa. You know, the last 3 I'm to get away. Kids in way no horina. Like unsapakala fiam. Like you know what like feel up young or you're gonna start a rumor like just like that in a split of seconds. Number 3, this girl said Uguti, after the accident, I basically went out of the car, my car, which I got for so much money, and I decided to sacrifice her life. I was trying to kill her. So she said, well, after the accident, I went out of the car. I get you. And then after I went out of the car, I decided, Uguti, I'm gonna leave. Firstly, I'm in Palabora. I don't even know where Palabora is.
Thank you so much.
I'm 6 hours away from Kohan. You know what, guys? I personally didn't want her to share my car and the whole situation because I really wanted to heal from this, because you guys can never understand how hurt I am. The way I'm so hurt, it's crazy. Like, you guys couldn't like see my feelings because I decided that I'm never gonna share my feelings on social media because I've heard the worst experience with social media. So I decided, we had an agreement. I have 100% proof. We had an agreement. We would say, okay, fine, in a month or 2, when we are finally healed emotionally and physically,
The bridge.
7 times. And I feel like she expected me to die because listen and post down. Or one person chum. I am I not head.
Yeah.
If it's God's will, it chum kire namara. Next one to get what? 9.
Tomorrow, but tomorrow, what pay?
My, you know, I
feel like
in
it
God.
was supposed
I
to
feel
happen.
like exactly, and it was kind of like a lesson for her. But she's making it seem like I was supposed to die. I was supposed to get injury from this. I got fucking injured, 100%. I have so much proof from this. I was admitted 3 times before I went to her hospital because she has the medical aid, and she went to the other hospital. So I was admitted for 2 nights, and after I woke up from whatever the whole incident that I've been through, I actually wanted to know where she was, and I stayed there with her, told me, for a week. I stayed there with her. But anyways, I felt like I didn't need to like say my second
You didn't need to explain.
let me explain what happened. This is what happened before the accident. before the accident, an hour before the accident. I drove 5 hours. An hour before the accident, I get to go scratching because none of so we had a fight. I was in a relationship, none of so we had a fight, and then we had to talk about it on WhatsApp. And stuff like that. But I can never drive to the highway. It's your phone. I was sharp, and whatever, and we had like almost like 12 minutes to go till I got to the lodge that I had to promote. Actually, there was like a new lodge that I had to promote, and just 12 minutes before I got into the accident, my steering wheel just got stuck. And it was so you can never even know because my car was new. I just went to parking service like servicing before I was 100% fine. Like I was literally okay. I was sober and whatever. And steering wheel was stuck. And you know very well I'm not okay because I'm also confused why because my car is beyond damage. And I wasn't ready to talk about it because I felt like shocked. And that's why we had a VN together. Okay, Jimmy, we're not going to talk about it for now. But when we have healed, when we have went for counseling, when we have spoken about this really too, then we'll be okay enough to talk about it on social media. Exactly. I mean, I share everything on social media with you guys, on YouTube. I share everything on Twitter. I share everything with you guys. You guys know every single thing about me. So I didn't mind. I didn't mind. It's like God was trying to protect me or warn me from this, and it literally too. So we had an agreement that okay, fine, now we're not okay. We're gonna heal from this, and then eventually we're gonna talk about it. So that's why I got confused. In the morning when I woke up, she posted about my car and whatever, and I got confused. Why all of a sudden? Why suddenly? We are best friends, for heaven's sake. We have been through everything together. We have been talking about everything together. So why now all of a sudden? And that's the voice note she posted. Now I was saying, oh no, remove my.
Want people to feel sorry for you, and it just can never happen. You need to grow up. Or when a situation since you teach or just remove my car, like anything else but my car. Because can you please just remove that shit? If unyako post they post everything about you, but don't involve my car in this. Everyone knows, Karabo. Every single person knows. Drama.
And yeah, I was right because I needed privacy for some time. I felt like sometimes you don't even need social media to heal. Exactly. Okay, fine, we got into an accident. I rolled, obviously, I think about 7 times. And after I got into an accident, I think I realized after 10 minutes, I wasn't okay, guys. I realized after 10 minutes, and she wasn't breathing. I'm gonna say her name because I'm not. We're too old to lie, guys. One thing about me, I'll always be honest with you guys. I'll never lie. So I was open about this, and I will be open about it now. She wasn't breathing. She was on top of me. She lied on top of me because my car rolled upside down. My own car. I sacrifice. Thing I said was, where was my best friend? Where is my best friend? Next best friend. That's how much I love Karam. I wanted to make sure that she's okay. Because give on the scene while trying to get to her. Like, because I give the rule 7 times. And you know that I had to go back. I had to go back
we are such best person, like we are fake and stuff, like no.
I had to go back. Karabo wasn't breathing. I had to go back. Get help. I got this lady on a cookie. I remember very well. Na cookie li naturally bottle la cause na cookie golf. And I was like, you know what, ne? Kopela also focus on my best friend is about to die. Kopela check. And I fainted. It's only 3 days later.
Like No photo phone after that time.
3 days.
Ka phone
Exactly.
like. The phone like screen. I actually got
Sunroof. What happened?
Hey, wa mushia, wa ya tlapong effing.
I don't even know
Polokwane.
I don't even know Polokwane.
Wow, Marcus.
I don't
Le
even
nna ke
know
hane ne,
Polokwane.
ne ke le ka mo situation se na le mo sona ne. But o ka se re bya gore motho o shile. Gomana at least no like bophelo re le ha bophelo ne. I'm glad ba buditse ba ditshine. Ba buditse ba ditshine.
And I can't
Re ba rapela every day as
I
friends.
can't hore modimo a nong heta mo or ang heta mo di wasting tsaka. I can't or karabo a be the way a le mo teng mo matsong. I can't. It's not my choice.
Nna go le buditse guys hore
It's a
as
choice
friends.
yaka.
That's why like re khona go have fun but we always pray as friends. Ra rapela ka buditse modimo wa rena ko moholo re ba rapelang you guys are safe and le sharp and stuff. Get happy like if la phela I wanna know when you're malfatsing guys. So my
Everyone
friends
is dying.
survived.
It's all
They
about
survived
her.
And
as
together.
friends,
We
But
give
you-
Rena as friends, we
Yeah.
gave Karabo more attention than Cyan.
Than me. Next time you get attention. That's how much I care
Yeah.
about her. Kirila mama hi. Wait till papa hang phone it's ne karabo. On phone it's are waiting on it. I know William Popo you're trying to take off Karabo. Because I stayed there for 1 week because of Karabo. I wanted to make sure she's okay. And I wanted to come back. Lien, because Lien. And
And all the more
So,
why for Karabo more attention is so.
Because I went there with her. I was like, I told my own parents and her parents would get salamo until she's okay, until she's admitted, because she got more damage than me, unfortunately. And like I said, it's such a Karabo. Can I lead video? No, every single day. I was sacrificing, and unfortunately, lodging because there was no other place where
Mara nna ke le ga modimo gore le ba bona like.
wait, chum. Le tshwantse ke robale ko lodging ele le tshwantse ke promoting. There was no other option. There was no other option. And when I had to stay there, I get Nekela who promoter. So I continued promoting. Mara, I can't say the makeup. I was guys, you know my closest friends, ne? My closest friends, can I leave close friends list? Babo no nekile byang. Babo discuss Babo no nekile byang, and they will always believe what I had to say. Wrong, understand? But
I feel as if Zain Bhuji was a bit insensitive. I didn't include some of the videos where she was saying how she helped Supra's family out of financial situations, because that was clearly unnecessary. I think they both went below the belt with both the statements that they took out. However, I feel as if I now have a kind of clear understanding of what had happened, but then we all know Zain Bhuji for lying and also for just living in a delusional world. So we will never know what exactly happened between the two. But honestly, they were both very much wrong. Supra was wrong for taking out that video. We don't dispute the fact that something really bad had happened to her, but then she could have at least consulted her friend, because she's also putting her friend in jeopardy. But then let's take a look at it from a brand's perspective. We all had that one teacher in high school or primary that would never ever miss a day of school, even if the child was sick. So maybe this is Cyan Bhuji's approach, even when it comes to anything, that even if she gets into a car accident, she'll continue and she'll make her way to the club, okay? Because she has to keep promoting and hosting. So maybe that's what's going on. A workaholic much, maybe. But Zain Bhuji does claim that she was hospitalized for 2 or 3 days, and then she had to go and check in at the lodge that she was supposed to be promoting at the prior weekend. And she wanted to stay close to her friend so she can check in from time to time, and she claims that that's why she kept on posting about being in that area and also tagging her friend. But honestly, we will never know when it comes to the situation, because Zain Bhuji is a pathological liar and a delusional woman in general. But do leave your comments down below. Tell me, what do you think of the situation? Do you think that Madam Supra is probably twisting a few words and sayings? And did you listen to Zain Bhuji's live video? And what did you think of it? Did you kind of have a change of heart? please do leave your comments down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinion about this whole situation. Everyone is in their feelings, talking about their past friendships. And if you also have a case like that, please do leave it down in the comment section below, because I know for sure that this whole Cyan Bhuji case brought up a whole lot of flashbacks in everyone's memory of how much of a bad friend we had in our past. But thankfully it didn't get to Supra's situation. But I look forward to reading them all. Stay blessed, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right.